Howdy folks, look what we have here. This is the Dynam T-28 Trojan from Banggood. Thanks very much Banggood for sending it for the review, and purchase links are in the description. So let's have a look at the kit. And this is a very interesting model, mainly because it has tricycle gear, which means it has retracts in each of the wings as well as a retract in the nose, and that will be perfect for our long grass landing field. Tricycle gear is a lot easier to land without nosing it over, so I'm looking forward to that. Another thing that stands out is the size of the flaps on this thing. It's enormous, and we get the external flap hinges as well, so there's a spot to put a servo in, so I'll add my own servo in there because those flaps look like they'll be a lot of fun. Now the T-28 was a Navy trainer, I think, so we get two pilots. I guess that's the instructor and the student. Two 3-bladed props, selection, a couple of tubes of glue and another tube, that might be CA or something like that. Canopy, really nice set of Navy decals, which is great. Instrument panels, that's a nice touch. Clear canopy. We've got LEDs on the wing tips as well, if you want to wire them up, and another one on the fuselage there. A nice sturdy centre spar, which is good. It means you can rip it around in the sky. I think it's going to be a pretty easy assembly too, not a lot of gluing involved. Very cool, I like the colour scheme too. Here's the engine cowl that comes off, and we have a Decals BM3715A3. It looks like the rudder and the nose wheel are steerable. LEDs top and bottom actually. Okay, let's get on with it. These days the first thing I do is apply a bit of hot glue to all the foam hinges just to make them a bit more durable. Little tiny bit of hot glue and wipe it off as much as possible just at each end of each hinge on the elevator, the rudder and the ailerons, and that just adds to the strength. Control horns, really don't like these control horns. First off I tried using the supplied glue and left it overnight, but that glue didn't set well at all and they just pulled out, so I changed to 5-minute epoxy, and I know that's going to be strong enough. Now this is such a great looking model, I thought I'd do a bit more decoration and added some colour or grey and black into the canopy area just to make it look a bit more realistic. Now fitting the wings over the wing spar, very easy assembly, just the wing spar goes through the fuselage, then slip the wings on and pass all the servo connections up into the fuselage. A little bit fiddly, but you can get there. Fits in nicely, nicely supported wings. Bit of surgery to pull all the nerves up into the body, and then it's just 4 of the long screws to secure the wing assembly onto the fuselage. Now the linkage adjusters, and I changed the nuts for little M2 nylock nuts. I thought they'd be more secure than the supplied nuts. And I'm just tightening them up and then backing it off a little bit to make sure they rotate freely. Now fitting the horizontal stabilizer on, that just slots in, and the vertical stabilizer slots in on top of that. And then it's 2 more of the long screws to secure them to the fuselage. Now I can fit the push rods into the linkage adjusters and adjust them to the right length once I've connected it all up and centered the servos. Wiggling of all the control surfaces to get them working in the right direction, run up of the motor, testing the retracts, and one of them isn't working out of the box, but a little bit of wiggling, a little bit of lubricating, and it started to work eventually. Now fitting the battery, and they thoughtfully provide all these blocks which can be sort of easily shaped to the right width to fit any battery you need to put in there. That's a nice touch, I really like that. Makes it very easy to put your own batteries in. And that now fits very securely, very good. From the instructions, I couldn't really work out where the CG was meant to be. It seems to be measuring from the wing root right up near the fuselage, but we'll have to do some testing to work that out. Current draw test, about 23 amps maximum. On the forums it was suggested that a bit more cooling for the engine would be a good idea, so I'm just cutting out some little spaces in the cowl to let a bit more air in. Easy job with a Dremel. And now balancing the prop. It was fairly out of balance to start off with, so I just add some sticky tape to the lighter blade until it balances nicely. And that's balancing well now. I'm happy with that. Now that's not all involved in balancing. You also need to have the prop in the right spot on the prop mount. So I tend to run it up, holding on, and feel the vibrations. Then rotate the prop around quarter of a turn and just find the spot where the vibrations are the least. And that's going to give the best performance and smoothest onboard video. Ready for the decals now, and it's another great set of navy decals. These look really nice, I think. Now the retracts are working properly, that's good. I decided not to fit the flaps at this stage. I'll do that in a future video. It's a little bit of a tricky fitting, that one, but I really do want to use those flaps. They look fantastic. And I haven't wired up the LEDs at this stage either. May do that in the future. And that's a good looking plane. I say that about a lot of planes, but I really mean it about this one. I love the looks of this plane. Just good proportions, I think, and good colour scheme. So, just waiting for the weather, and we're off for the Maiden. Check out the Banggood purchase link in the description, and thanks for watching.